Hello. So I've got this comment from Stipa1717 or Stipa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but let's go. The question is, why are we here in this hell? What if I do not want to learn? I do not remember signing a contract to do so, and I can assure you that I did not choose this reality as my home. I did not choose my parents or the horrid abuse I went through, so I did not see this place as anything else but a prison that I was deceived to enter. Yes, I do not think I was forced but deceived and tricked to come here. By the way, being trapped here is not about learning. It is rather about opening your awareness. I have been here for a long time and I ask what I have learned. I would reply, nothing. I have become aware of what I already knew. So this comment was written under one of my videos where I did the reaction video to Swaru, talking about force reincarnation and things like that. I think this is a really good question. I'm just gonna have it on my sidebar so that I could look at it for reference. But yeah, a lot of people, when looking at force incarnation and their life here, feel like they do not belong here. One thing is feeling like an alien or the black sheep of the family, but others go through life with the constant suffering. No matter where you look, no matter what you do, there's always failure, there's always injustice, there's always interference, and you feel like the whole world is coming against you. Feeling like a victim is one thing, but when you're constantly fighting for yourself and still suffering, it becomes too much. So when you're looking at life and why are you here? Why are you experiencing all this stuff? And why did it happen in the first place? Of course, everyone will consider that maybe I never wanted to come here. I never chose this family, I never chose this place. It's not my thing. Yes, I would say that for this person, it is definitely, hey, not everyone chooses this place. Not everyone wants to come here on Earth. And Earth is not considered for, oh, look, Earth School. You can learn so much here. It's not that. As a consciousness, because you have lived for eternity, because you are limitless, because you have tons of other aspects, you have already experienced everything there is to experience. And by that I mean, when you look at this comment and how deep this person goes, like, hey, look, when I look at my life, I can say that I haven't learned anything, but I became aware that I already knew everything. And that's the thing. We have to stop looking from a pearl-like perspective of this physical body. This first-person view we have from this machine, we look around, we see everything from here, and that's it. That's our reality. Now, you go into Gnostics. You learn about consciousness shifting. You heard about the law of one, and all of these different ideologies and stories and everything there is out there. You have to cherry pick, filter through what fits your reality. So I'm not going to say I know it all, I'm the guru, listen to me and all, but here's my point of view. You are me, I am you, and everyone around us, that's us. Meaning, while we might choose to play from this body and from this point of view, choosing the individual perspective, as a consciousness, we have this ability to sort of zoom out. Zoom out and not look from this only perspective, but have the third person point of view. If you played video games, you have the first person shooters, so it's like this life. You see your hands, you move around, everything is right here in front of you. Third person shooter, the camera is behind you. So now you see your back, you see your avatar, and you can jump and you can do stuff, and the whole game is more like a role play or action adventure and all that. Now, when you start zooming out, think of another game, probably Civilizations, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, like all these uh, strategy games, where now you see the world from above. So it's not only one person that you've played as, it's not only the third person camera, but now you have over the top and you see the world. And all of the video games that have more strategy elements that are, okay, like building cities and stuff, now you have control over the villagers. Now you can look at everyone playing in that, but you can also move around the whole map. You can look at all the constructs. And this is like more of a God perspective, because now you zoom out to that level where, okay, I can control humanity. I can control a certain group of people. With that, from a God perspective, you can always zoom in and sort of center in closer to a specific group of people or maybe to one person. And I think there's a game called Universum. Probably that's the one. And I hope I'm right. But it's a really good example of the whole world where you start with little few nuggets. And it's just like primitive people. And you're controlling them and you're having fun. They're primitive, so they're gonna gather wood and like have fun and make children and stuff. But then they start researching stuff, and you, being the god, help them out. And you have to know the difference that as a consciousness, you are that god that can always zoom in and play from the individual point of view, but you can always zoom out and remember you are God. You're controlling not just this avatar, but everyone else in there. It is your game. So when you think that, oh, I already knew everything here, I have nothing to learn here, we're absolutely, absolutely, because as a consciousness, every single human here, that's you. That is your creation. The way that mentality of people, how everyone is doing in this whole suffering, that's you. And it sounds crazy because why would I make myself suffer? Why would I do this? But in a video game, you can choose groups to have fights. And it's like, well, yeah, because it's competitive and then there's a rival and I want to beat it. But you chose to play a game that does include violence, that does include challenges, that does include that, oh, you have to beat someone to win. Like specific games will have rules in order for you to win, so to speak. Now, when we come here, and I'm talking like physical universe, 3D, 4D, 5D, all of that. We choose a specific game. Consciousness thinks, oh, look, space opera. Reptilians, Dracos, Andromedans, humans, Lyrans, Pleiadians, Irmas. You can keep on naming all of the amazing star seeds. Now listen. Robert Morningsky, Robert Monroe, and tons of other people talked about what happened before Earth. Then we look at Gnostics. Then we look at different religions. Oh, and look, Earth, people here, mythology, different cultures, Lemuria, Atlantis, so many different stories. It's all a game. One group, another group, people choose to play. You came here, not specifically to Earth, but as a consciousness, you chose to play the game of space opera, which included tons of different races, tons of beings, like a multiplayer game that had plenty of people wanting to duke it out, having different avatars, having different missions. Not everyone here wants to fight and kill everyone. Not everyone here wants to torture people. Someone wants to play as a reptilian because of its intelligence. And not necessarily to kill or capture or dominate, but oh look, what an interesting body. A reptilian. Ooh, look around, like I'm more like a lizard stuff. Great. And then they go learning advanced technology and it's interesting for them. That's one perspective. But the game is vast. And we choose to zoom in to a specific aspect and think that this is it. We're learning. Or, oh my God, this super limited perspective is all there is. And we're mad about it. But then you have to remember where, yeah, you are the creator, choosing to play from this avatar. While there are billions of other avatars to choose, billions of other races, billions of other worlds, you got interested in this place. How? Were you forced to incarnate? Well, here's the thing. There are different reasons why people come here. But before that, before even being here on Earth, we choose to play the game. The space opera game. That includes plenty of different races doing something. You come to this game and you might engage, not ever considering Earth. Earth was never an option, not even in your history. It's like, oh yeah, just a place. And you choose to look at everything else there is. The Andromeda Galaxy, all of the other places, all of the other races you were playing over there doing something. That is where you've made a mistake. Maybe. You can consider it as a mistake if you end up here. But while you choose to play the space opera game with different groups and races, while you choose to either duke it out, or maybe, oh look, what an interesting thing. Someone is attacking a spaceship. I wonder what that is. And you get interested. And oh, look, an Irma spaceship, or a Taigetan spaceship, or a Pleiadian spaceship got attacked. Well, let's go in. Let's go look at why is this happening. And you go, and you're curious as a conscious being, and you're finding out the story, and like, well, I can help you out. I'm interested in this game. It's like you walking on a street, and you see children playing in the sandbox. Oh, that's cute. And you keep on walking. And there's kiddos, teenagers playing basketball. Like, yeah, that's fine. Nice. And you go, and there's another group playing football. There's another group playing soccer. There's another group of, girls jumping over the rope. And you're looking at all of different possibilities, and you get interested in a certain activity. Oh yeah, I like volleyball. Hey guys, hey girls, can I play with you? Because it was just a thing you thought you wanted to do. Well, you get engaged. You get to choose to engage and play with them. But at the end of the day, like, okay, they finished the match, someone won, that was fun. Then they're like, hey, well, you're fun to be around with. Let's go have a drink. Let's go talk around. Let's go chill. Let's go sit on a bench, just talk about stars and the world and stuff. So you, as a conscious being, choose to interact with reptilians or Dracos, with mantis, greys, or AIs, with Arcturians or Pleiadians or Trucians or humans or someone else, and you're interested in a certain story and that group and what they're doing. And you talk with them and you chill with them and there's certain activities, and they're like, well, how about tomorrow we meet up again? We play a different game. How about next day after that? We choose to do something else. And you find a group of people that you kind of like, and you play with them, and you do this, and you do that, and it's just buddies that you hang out with. We're not talking about you being here on Earth already. We're talking about you as a consciousness playing with different groups, having different activities. Whether you're practicing being on a spaceship, a pilot, or an engineer, whether you're in a medical bay, constructing stuff, or, printing bodies and like working on helping out people, doing healing work and stuff, you have so many choices, so many interests, the existence, everything there is. You want to try it all out. And somewhere in it all, through billions of years or difference of aspects you have out there, different things you try out, someone tells you, well, how about Earth this time? You've tried everything else. You've done the moon, you've done the Dracos, you've done reptilians, you've done the mantis, you've done the Pleiadians, you've done the Atlantis, you've done the Lemuria. How about we try Earth? Sure, why not? We're buddies, let's go. Now you come here. And with all the games and different challenges, because not everything was fun and easy. When you played volleyball the first time, well, you fell on your knees to catch the ball. You had to fall and run and pick up, and you were sweating and you were trying and you were working. It was not just like, hey, yeah, huh? No, you play volleyball. You're trying. You want to win. So you're putting in effort everywhere. It's all a challenge all the time. But of course, it's not always fighting. You can have tons of years of love, tons of years of just chilling, tons of years of admiration. But eventually, you get bored and you want to try something. So in it all, through your consciousness and existence, everything you've tried, you choose to experience Earth. You already know everything. You have been everything. You have done it all. You come on Earth because it's not necessarily that you want to learn. It's a game, like a volleyball, like a basketball, like building sandcastles in a sandbox, like playing chess and all the other possible games and activities out there that you've done already. Your consciousness, you've done it all. You come to Earth because this is a game. Of course, every game has its rules. And over here, some of it is like, well, you're gonna forget some of the stories. A little bit about what you were doing before here, but no worries, your consciousness, you can remember all of that. You know, you just choose to limit yourself a little bit, but you can always recall those abilities. And so we come here and, oh, damn, this place is a bit challenging. Because over there is consciousness, well, you can always shapeshift, you can always get out of body, you can always manifest stuff. And here, in this place, we have different abilities. We're playing with a different avatar. It's like when you play video games, think of this World of Warcraft. You're playing an orc, so you can be a warrior. It's like strong guy, bulky and everything. Well, it's not gonna be a little sewer who's gonna do stuff. It can be a hunter, it can be doing stuff, but it's not gonna be a cute little mage. But let's pick humans. They might be paladins, mages, wizards, of course, warriors and stuff. But they're not gonna do certain other things. Like, not gonna be, I can't remember all the roles they've had, but every class, every race has certain aspects and things they can do and they cannot. Reptilian body is different. Human body is different. So we're already choosing different rules of the games. Maybe you have a harder time manifesting stuff. Oh, well, your body's fragile. Really good, really functional, but very fragile. You know, you can feel pain and stuff, yeah. Telepathy, it's there, but body's very susceptible to electromagnetic stuff, and yeah, it's gonna affect you, your mind, how you think and stuff. So we come here thinking like, why are we here in this hell? I said that's the question. That's how it all started. As a consciousness, you have already experienced everything. And this place, this hell we're looking at, it is just another game out of everything you've ever done already. So don't think that you're coming here to learn. Yes, you become aware that you already know it all. It's always going to be like it. You already know it all, which is why you choose to play from a perspective, because you know everything. You want to forget a little bit. You want to change aspects, appearances, places, so that you would simulate new experience. Because you have already created everything, done everything, experienced everything. Nothing is ever going to be new unless you choose to have certain limits. Maybe a little memory loss. Maybe you can't do this. And you make this game harder for yourself because you already know it all. And it's boring as can be because it's been there all the time. So you place those limits on yourself. It's a consciousness. From this perspective, it's like, okay, you created those limitations. Now, come and look at this challenge. From that perspective, before coming here, this was a really good idea. Because you had all the abilities. You had plenty of strengths. You could manifest a reality like that. And it was easy. You come here with the limits with the limits you put on yourself. With the limits I put on myself. Everyone is creating their reality. Everyone is creating their world. Whatever's happening to you, it is your creation. And I'm sorry for that. Because yes, life is traumatic. Yes, life is full of suffering. Yes, life is tragic. For a lot of people, it's not going to be fun. We're all victims of some kind of thing. But it's not like we're here to learn that much. It is a game where we challenge ourselves, like, with all of these limitations, can you still have fun? With all of the limitations and challenges, can you still beat and win this game? And this whole thing, like, what if you do not want to learn? Well, yeah, don't. You don't have to. With everything you've been through, and you've mentioned, like, there's been plenty of suffering, and you don't like this place, and you already know everything, then how about you use all of that knowledge to enjoy this place as much as possible before you leave? Because what other else thing is there? To live whole life grumpy as fuck? Oh, I hate this place. That's it? That's how you're gonna live the rest of your life? Yeah, there's been suffering. Yeah, everyone suffers. Everyone has something bad happening. You don't necessarily learn something new, but while you're here, enjoy this place, experience, travel, do stuff. Use this body, use this vast world to have as much and as many good experiences as you can. Meet people, talk to them, do stuff. And, hey, again, I can't tell you what to do with, oh, yeah, this is how you win life. My perspective. This is only my perspective. I'd be very wrong to some people. But it's like, if it's my creation, if I already have experienced all there is to experience, if I already know it all, if I know that I'm in this hell place, then why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Have fun. This is the only thing. You always want to have fun. You always want to have some kind of enjoyment. If you choose to chill for billions of years, yeah, you can chill. But if you choose to engage in a game full of challenges, well, part of you likes a challenge. Part of you has this thrill of winning. Part of you has this thrill of, oh, look, I overcame this trouble. Oh, look at this, I did that. And you're proud of yourself at some moments. But there is something that you have to do where you get some joy and contentment out of it. Where you have to enjoy the experience. Because suffering, no one ever creates suffering just to suffer. No one. When I talk about this experience and looking at different cases of pedophilia, cannibalism, different rituals, poor people suffering, like why would someone come here just to suffer at 4 years old and die and that's it? Did they come just to experience that? No. No, 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 no. That being, that consciousness, a kiddo who was 4 years old before being raped and killed off, before that, who experienced absolutely everything there was to experience, chose to like, hey, look, this might be an interesting place to play, but it's like when you play basketball, you know that like, oh, well, to win the game, you need to throw the ball into the basket and like get some points, and like if you have more points than that other team, you win. Great. That's the thing. You come just for that, to win, to see how many points you can get, to see how well you can manage yourself around others, and to win the game. You never agree to play the game to get your arm broken, to slip in the arena and break your ankle or something. You never agree to that. You never agree like, oh yeah, in order to win the basketball game, like while throwing like a basketball into the hoop, like stuff, you're gonna have to slip, you're gonna have to break your arm, and you're gonna have to suffer for a few years, but then you get back into the game. Like, no one agrees to that. You know the rules. You get in on the court, you play around, and you do best you can. There are those who, in this world, chooses to play differently. There are those who come to the video games cheating. That's their fun. That is their fun of, oh, well, someone else is going to be doing something, but my fun is when I can bully someone. My fun is when I can do something bad to others. Okay, well, let's look at it. Some people enjoy throwing points, like throwing basketball and like getting some points, and that's their stuff. Others are like, I'm gonna be the best at assisting. You know, getting points, yeah, like whatever, but assists, now that's something. Best support ever? Yep, that's me. Everybody likes to play, and win, but nobody wants to be the support. So that's someone's role. Others are like, well, look at me blocking the ball, jumping, and like, getting in the way and not letting someone do that. Look at me. How strong am I? How agile am I? Proud of that. Others are like, well, the fun is if I can interfere with it all and make them fail, make them fall, watch them cry and watch them lose. You watch probably plenty of TV shows or anime or something. There's always a team that has a few cheaters. There's always a team, a few players who play bullyish, who are playing aggressively. And that's their style. So when you come here as a consciousness to experience this world, maybe you're in Africa, maybe you're choosing a body of a kiddo, and you never agreed to be raped, you never agreed to be part of a ritual, you never agreed to be the victim of the elite, but you chose to play this game at some point. And through it all, oh look, there is another player who doesn't give a damn about the rules and went against you. When we are playing in this multiplayer ground of Earth with billions of different beings, some of them choose to have fun. Some of them choose to come here for loving. Some of them choose to come here for teaching. And we have so many different groups and beliefs and ideologies and characteristics that all these clusters, when we meet each other, it collapses, it collides. And now we have a kiddo who will be the healer and medic of the village, and a person who's a pedophile. And those two meet. Now what's gonna happen? There's plenty of possibilities out there. So you come in here and knowing it all, this is your game. Yeah, there are other players. Yeah, everyone has their own agenda. What can you do to make this experience fun for you? That's all that matters. Learning? It's up to you. If you feel like you already know everything, good. Good. Then have some fun while you're here. Do stuff. Engage. Because if you know everything and you're so good about yourself, you would not be here. But if you know everything and you still want to have fun, or like, yeah, this place has a reason. Hell plays because you're suffering. Yes, it's a perspective. But on days when you're having fun, this is not that much of a hell. It's all about you. It's all about what you experience. So make it about yourself and make this personal world of yours fun at some point. And I don't think I can cover absolutely every single point out there. Of course, there's going to be someone like saying, well, yeah, what about this? Well, what about that? And what of this? Like, yeah, let's make tons of separate videos on those topics. There's always places to expand, talk about different point of views. But eventually, this is your playground. As a consciousness, you are a God being, you are a creator, you're limitless, you're powerful. But if you chose to come to this place and you find yourself here, you have to remember that while you are a creator, you have to take care of this avatar. Remember the basics. Breathing, eating, working out, doing stuff to have some joy in this experience. It's important to understand all of that, yes, while you're here, incarnations and past lives and different aspects and manifestation and all the stuff. Yeah, tons of amazing stories. That's great. But then you're here. And then you have to survive. And then you have to pay taxes. And then you have to find a job and stuff. So with all this amazing knowledge that you have, because you already know everything, as you've said in this comment, great. Then how about you show how well you can manage this life? The basics of being a human. The basics of adjusting to the world we are living in right now. With different groups, different ideologies, different mindsets, how well can you manage yourself in this world? Not to be a victim. If you already know everything, you would manage yourself and not feel like shit in this place. Yes, we might not like it, but we can make it enjoyable. But it's, again, work and understanding the basics. Body chemistry, emotions, how to deal with your own thoughts, how to not get triggered or, like react negatively and have like, okay, there's an emotion you have and you have an experience and then you're reacting, then you have your emotions and it's amplified and stuff. Yeah. How well can you manage that? How well can you control yourself? Come back to the basics. How well can you manage that? And when you're working on those things and you not only know everything about all there is out there, but you can manage this avatar and have some fun, then you will rock your world. And it's gonna be fun. But if you know everything there is about out there, but you can't work with this, yeah, it's gonna be suffering. And you're always gonna be wondering why? And no matter the answer, nothing's gonna change because you're not changing this. You might have knowledge about everything there's out there. Yeah, this world is that, and this is what's going on, this is my perspective, yada yada, blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. If you can't manage this avatar, none of that shit matters. If you can manage yourself, good. You're good at creating. Anyway, a lot to expand. A lot of people might not like it and stuff, but this is my point of view. Thanks for a great comment, thanks for inspiring. Like, really, people have to look deeper. Forget about this physical avatar and look from a different perspective, and then you'll understand why this is happening to you. But anyway, feel free to share your point of view. Why do you think you're here? How do you see this place? How do you understand everything? And I'm looking forward to reading those comments, and I'll see you next time. So, bye-bye. Take care.